How's it going, guys? I am Connor from Running Warehouse, and today we are going to be reviewing the new HOKA Clifton 8. You heard that right. We are on version 8 of what I think we can now consider a true, highly cushioned daily training classic. Now, the Clifton series has changed a little bit over the years, but it all started back in 2015. I remember getting this shoe on my feet for the first time, and it really was an amazing introduction for myself into the HOKA brand. I remember it being highly soft, cushioned, and really unlike any other shoe on the market. And the Clifton has continued to progress. I think when we got to around version 4, the shoe firmed up a little bit, and now in recent versions, the shoe has really come all the way back around to what a Clifton should feel like. And now with version 8, we've got an all new design. It's not too much different from an underfoot sensation from the last version, but it has made some pretty big updates that we're gonna go into now. First on up, we're gonna take a look at the midsole, and from a stack height perspective, it's not that different from the last version. We're still gonna see 37 mils in the heel and 32 mils in the forefoot for a 5mm heel toe drop. And when we take a look at the underfoot cushioning, it really doesn't feel that different from the last version. We still have a CM EVA compound, but this compound is slightly tweaked. It's now 15% lighter, but with that being said, when you look at the last version, the weight hasn't really changed too much between the Clifton 7 and the Clifton 8. So here in version 8, I think HOKA put a little extra weight in the upper and the outsole to even it out, but again, a very similar experience to version 7. We also have to talk about the rocker design. The Clifton is known for that ultra smooth ride, and the rocker feels very similar again in this version to what I would expect in a Clifton. It's got that ultra smooth transition that you feel, and whether you're a forefoot striker, midfoot striker, heel striker, I feel like this shoe just rides really smoothly. And from a durometer standpoint, the Clifton continues to be very soft to the touch test, and you feel that squish in as you're going through your stride. I will say that the compound maybe isn't quite as exciting as some of the other compounds we're seeing on the market, especially in some of the more highly cushioned shoes. We're seeing stuff that is a little bit lighter, is a little bit more responsive, but at the same time, the Clifton does what it does really well, and there are a lot of loyal fans to this shoe, so I can see why HOKA decided maybe not to fix what wasn't broken, because we do have a really solid shoe here. But again, I'm very excited to see where the midsole compounds move in the future. Continuing on down to the outsole, we're gonna see some noticeable changes, but it still really does look like a Clifton outsole. We're gonna have this rubber layout in the forefoot that kind of goes across diagonally, and then of course rubber in the heel to help with those high wear areas. We've got the CM EVA in the midfoot that's gonna help keep weight down, and overall from a durability and traction standpoint, nothing too big to talk about. In the last version, I got about 350 to 400 miles, and now looking at this shoe about 50 miles in, I'm expecting to get just about that same amount. The Clifton isn't necessarily the most durable shoe out there, but it also is gonna have pretty much all the durability you need to get you through those miles. Now, from a traction standpoint, I wasn't able to take this on anything too wet or slippery, but on the roads, on some light trails, it had everything I needed, and I was pretty happy with the outsole grip. Finishing this shoe off, we're gonna talk about the new breathable mesh upper. Now, I did go my standard size. I found the length fit perfect, true to size, but I will say the midfoot ran just a little bit snug. I will say it was about a medium to a medium narrow fit. And then as you go into the toe box, it definitely wasn't a roomy toe box. The Clifton's never been too roomy. I'd say the Clifton 7 even had less room, but the Clifton 8 forefoot opened up slightly, but still, if you tend to need a little bit more room in the midfoot or the forefoot, I may suggest going up to those wide width options that are now available in the Clifton. I think that'll provide a little bit more room, and from some of our wide fitting wear testers, they did find that helped a lot in making a little bit more accommodating fit. Now, moving on back to the heel, you've got this extended heel design. We saw this a little bit in the last version, and I think it creates a very seamless heel experience. Very snug, very locked in. I think the heel fit is fantastic into this shoe. Moving on into the shoe, we've got almost like a half gusset design. It helps create a seamless on-foot experience and really wraps the shoe all together. This new tongue feels a little bit different. It's a little bit more plush, but overall, the simple upper of the Clifton 8 is gonna continue on the Clifton legacy. It's gonna continue to be lightweight, have that support for some of those longer miles, but with those dialed in fit changes, I think fans of the series are gonna be even more happy with the on-foot comfort. Now, what am I gonna use the Clifton 8 for? I think it's gonna be very similar to what I've used the last couple versions of this shoe for, mainly daily training, recovery runs, and long runs. It has all that protection to go those longer distances. It has that ultra smooth ride that just feels good when your body's beat up, when you're going for a 3 or 4 mile run after a really hard workout. The Clifton has just that perfect recovery day shoe feel. It's soft, it's protective, it has everything you need when you're pounding out the miles. So those were just my thoughts, but now we're gonna head on over to RW Europe and see what Torsten thinks of the new HOKA Clifton 8.
Thank you very much, Connor, and hello from Germany. I'm Torsten from Running Warehouse Europe, and today I want to present you the new HOKA Clifton 8. For me, the Clifton 8, it's a perfect match for my daily training running, also for my longer runs and my tempo long runs. I used the Clifton 8 for the last 120 miles, and I was impressed how light the shoe was and from the cushioning and the fits to my feet. It was amazing to run in the shoe. I like it very much, and I think you will like it also too. I use it the most time on roads, but you can run also from road to harder trails. It's not a problem. I think it will be fits for everybody. The outsole, it's similar like to the outsole from the Clifton 7. HOKA makes a perfect update from the Clifton 8. I like the new mesh material. It's more breathable, and I like the thicker midsole. You have more cushioning when you run, and you feel it. It's smooth and responsible, and you feel very, very comfortable. So definitely I love to run in the Clifton 8, and I think you will love it too. So it's a perfect match for everybody, for every type of running and for every distance. My longest run in the Clifton 8 was a 32-kilometer run, and after this run I feel very good. I have no pain in my muscles, and it was amazing to run with the new HOKA Clifton 8.
So those were our thoughts on the new HOKA Clifton 8. If you're looking to get a pair of your own, they're available at Running Warehouse, Running Warehouse Europe, and Running Warehouse Australia.